biography written by Lewis R. Nicholson, in which a writer talks about Helen's life. Helen Keller is an inspiration to everyone. Helen Keller was born to Tuscumbia, Alabama, on June 27, 1880. The main topic of this book is how Helen Keller became successful. It was very appealing that even with disabilities, how she achieved so much. It was impressive how Annie Sullivan's affection and dedication made Helen eloquent. It is very conspicuous that this book states it's not impossible to reach supreme state without hard work. When she was young, she had the best life ever, until a disaster happened. She got very high fever at 19 months, very high that doctors thought that she may pass away. Very luckily, she survived, but the high fever messed with her brain. Since then, she could not hear nor see. Her mom and dad wouldn't give up on her, though, so they hired Annie Sullivan as her teacher. Annie Sullivan came on April 5, 1887. When Helen Keller was 8, the doors of confidence and wisdom has opened. She learned Braille and the manual alphabet. Helen Keller went to the Wright Hillington School in New York City. When her loving father passed away, she wasn't able to attend the funeral. Also the same year, she started going to Cambridge School for Young Ladies in 1896. Then she went to Radcliffe College in 1900. Also, she started publishing the book, The Story of My Life. It came out 3 years after she was enrolled in college. In 1905, Sullivan married John Mason. 2 years after that, Helen published The World I Live In. Also, in 1930, Out of the Dark is published, and she embarked as lecturer. In 1914, Sullivan got separated from John Mason due to drinking problems. Polly Thompson was hired as Helen's helper and did a great job. Helen's mom died in 1921. Even though it depressed her, her pursuit was not stopped. She began to work on the foundation, America's Foundation of Wine. She published yet another book, My Religion, in 1927. Annie Sullivan suffered with a stroke and started living with her beloved student. Annie Sullivan died on October 20, 1936. Helen might have felt quite lonely, but in 1961, Helen suffered from stroke also, and she died. But still, Helen and her teacher Annie's inspiration will stay with us. The interesting parts was that Helen learned how to give lectures from a state that she can't even talk properly. Ironically, she can't even hear herself. That way, Annie Sullivan freed Helen's brain with all her efforts. Most appealingly in this book is for me how Helen learned how to speak and made the jump at the last hurdle to achievement. This is what made her a triumph person. I made this poster, and so the helpers for her were Annie Sullivan because she taught her Braille and how to learn sign language, and Polly because she helped Annie Sullivan because her eyes were strained, so she wasn't able to teach Helen properly. Her friends are teachers from schools because they taught her a lot. And book publishers because they always would talk to her and be nice. And also kids from the Blind Institution because she made friends with them and they also had a lot of fun together. And then the hurdles were her disabilities because it was hard for her to learn everything because she was blind and deaf. And her parents' death also because she wasn't able to attend both of their funerals. So she was having a hard life. And Annie Sullivan's death because she was feeling really lonely and she wasn't able to learn anything else more. I picked this picture, and there's a quote. It said it was my soul's birthday, and I think that was important to her because it was the first time she ever learned something.
I'm sorry, say that again, Sam.
And I thought that was important to her because it was the first time she ever learned something.
Listen for it. Does anyone have any questions? No? Promise? No? Okay, good.